Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for Thursday, January 23rd. We have 4 picks to get into, so stay tuned to hear all 4. If you guys haven't joined up in the Dynamo private Discord, definitely get over here. We've been crushing. I'm just one capper. We have 5+ cappers over here giving just their top favorite picks. Yesterday, huge day in my channel. 3 of 3 with my underdog plays here for a 6x. Gave another 3-pick slip here for another 3 for 3 play over on Prizepicks. Huge day in my channel. We've absolutely been crushing over here. You could see a few days ago in the NBA went 10-4 across all the cappers, and then a couple days later another huge NBA day, 13-5. The day after that, 9-2 in the NBA. So we've been crushing NBA. Perfect time to lock in here for the rest of the season. And you guys saw on the screen, use that code to get 40% off. And we've had some huge wins in here, like this guy hitting $10 to win 400 using picks from the cappers. Another big one here, $20 to win 200 using 4 of our NBA picks. We've absolutely been cashing people out. Get over here, click join down below, and when you click that, you can add promo code NBA40. Get 40% off and lock in for the rest of the NBA season here. We've been going extremely hard, crushing it with the NBA, especially as of late. You saw the big wins in my channel, those streaks we've been going on as a whole in the Discord, and some of the huge wins. So now let's get into this one. First picks up here, not a ton up on Prizepicks yet, recording this one the night before, but we can go to the Miami game here. So one that I'm liking is going to be Tyler Herro over on his points at 22.5. No Jimmy Butler in this, suspended again. Guards crush against Milwaukee, a spot that I love going to when Damian Lillard is in there especially. So I like going back to Tyler Herro, who was crushing before Butler came back. Now Butler's gone. I expect Herro to bounce back to having big performances. And these lines were getting extremely high for Herro before the last few games with Butler back. Now probably see him creep back up. They were 23.5, 24.5 for him for a while. Now in a great matchup, down to 22.5 after missing it 2 games in a row with Butler back. But before that was absolutely crushing. You know, we saw him go for 34, 32, 32, 3 games in a row before that. And some massive games. 56% hit rate on the season for him with this one. Also, something you can do on outliers, you can look at games without Jimmy Butler. It is a slightly better hit rate here in 10 of 17 games, especially as of late. The last 9 or 10 games here he played without Jimmy Butler. He only missed this in 2 of them, and those were games where they blew teams out or got blown out, like they got lost by 36 to Utah. Don't expect that to happen. In this one, it is like a 6.5 point spread in this game, so it should be fairly close. And a great spot where you can target against Milwaukee. You can see what point guards do against them. They ranked 9th overall in the NBA in points allowed, so pretty good. But against point guards, 30th, dead last in points allowed by point guards. Herro will handle the ball a lot. Basically, will play like a point guard in this offense. So I like going to Herro here. I think a great spot for him. Lowered lines than we've seen. I think with Butler in there has hurt his game as far as, confidence. And we're going to stick with this game. We're going to go to Giannis for the next one. Over on his points here at 28.5. Low line for Giannis. And I think actually a good spot against Miami, who hasn't been as good defensively, as we've seen in the past few seasons. Now no Jimmy Butler in the offense. Giannis, I think, going to have a big game in this one. Really low line, one of the lowest points lines we've seen for him like all season, it seems like, here at 28.5. We were accustomed to seeing this one 30.5, 31.5, 32.5, 28.5, really low line. This is one that may bump, but they are posted in the private Discord for you guys in there well before the video comes out. So Giannis over 28.5, one I'm liking. I think definitely a low line that's bound to get bumped up here. So if we look at Giannis on the points, over 28.5, 64% of games this year he's hit this. In his last 6, he's hit it in 4 of 6. A monster hit rate on this one, it looks like, in his last 20 as well. 65% of the games in his last 20 he's hit this, so has been crushing. If we look head-to-head, the last game against Miami actually blew him out by 26. He only got 23, but before that, back-to-back games with 33 points. So Giannis, even in a tougher matchup, would you think, against Miami, one that he could take advantage of? And you can see Miami 7th in defense here, pretty good overall, but against small forwards, 18th, power forwards, 12th. So against power forwards, small forwards, which Giannis is going to be playing a lot of, give up more points per game. So I actually like this spot for Giannis. I think he's going to have a big one. Another thing you can do on Outlier, look this season at home games. So we saw a 64% hit rate, but toggle in home games, 75% of home games he's gone over. So plays way better at home as well. So I like taking him here. And then we got to come over to Underdog here because they have more lines up versus Prizepicks. So this one taken over on Underdog. I'm sure these games will be up there pretty soon, but right now they're not. So for the video, got to be on Underdog. First one I'm going to go to is Franz Wagner under his points at 20.5. He is probable, and it's just got upgraded from questionable to probable to play in this game. 20.5 points is his line coming back from, being out for almost 2 months. It's like at least a month and a half. It was early December when he went down. Just right off the bat, his line up at 20.5 points. I think way too high. We've seen with Herro, the Magic took it extremely cautiously. I think his first game with 30 minutes since he's been back was in the last one. So if Wagner does play in this line, I think it's way too high. Probably he's going to play low 20s of minutes in this one. Even in a good matchup, going to be hard for him to get to 21 points here. Also not as big of a scorer with Herro playing. So we saw Wagner being a huge scorer, but most of those were with Herro out. So if you look at Wagner on the season, over 20.5, obviously going to be a high hit rate here. 76% of games he's gone over, but you can look at games that he played with Paolo Banchero if we scroll down here, and then you can see this hit rate is 3 of 5 games, so not as good. And then we can look last year, he hit this 41% of the time, but we also got to look this year when he played, less than 27 minutes here. Only 1 of 4 games he hit this, and last year when he played less than 27 minutes, missed it in all 5 of them. I don't think he's going to play more than 27 in this, seeing what they did with Banchero and how long he's been out. So I just think way too high of a line. I've seen this one on FanDuel at 18.5. Right now it's at 18.5. So if you do like this line, go over to FanDuel if you're watching this one when that line is still up. But, even at 18.5, I'm not crazy about this one. I think way too high of a line for the amount of minutes he's going to play. And then we're going to stick over here because they don't have Raptors picks up yet over on Prizepicks yet either. So taking Davion Mitchell over on his PRA, one that I've been smashing since he's been starting with quickly out. This line's been like 11.5, 12.5, and I've been taking it, and he's pretty consistently been hitting this one when he's starting and playing the mid-20s of minutes. Now getting a great matchup here versus Atlanta. I think a spot that we can go right back to. If we go to Davion Mitchell, you can see quickly is out, and on the season, it's a 45% hit rate for Mitchell, but obviously with quickly out, it's going to be a way higher hit rate, 52% of games, and we've seen him as of late in these games that quickly has been out, the last 4, 24, 29, 26, 26 minutes. So we can lock him in for probably at least 24 again in this one. I don't think he got the minutes here because they were blowing him out here at the end. Probably would have played, 26, 27 minutes if this one was closer. I think it's going to be a close one versus Atlanta, who gives up the 28th most points, 20th most rebounds, 27th most assists. I think another good spot for Mitchell, who, like I said, been playing this in the last 3 with quickly out. And the line's been at like 12.5 here. I still like it at 13.5, but he's hit over 12.5 in the last 3 and has the potential to have a lot bigger games as well. And we could see on this season when he plays 25 or more minutes, he's hit this in 12 of 21 games. And then dating back to last year when he played in the 20s of minutes, 21 or more, he hit this 67% of the time. So I do think he can put up some big statistical games, and this is going to be a great spot for him to do it against Atlanta. Probably going to get a lot of Trae Young guarding him, which is going to be great for Davion. I think he can make some plays and make some stuff happen. And if you guys want more picks from me, plus a bunch of other capitals, check out the Dynamo private Discord if you're not in there already. I know a ton of you guys who watch the videos are already in there. And if you are, you saw these huge wins that I posted My 3 underdog plays all hit, and the 3-pick NBA prize pick slip I posted yesterday. Guys have been hitting huge wins, like 20 to win 200 here for a new Discord member. And then just a couple days ago, we had this massive slip. This guy combined picks from the cappers, $10 to win 400 using our picks. Definitely check it out. We've been going on some crazy streaks as well, like 10-4 with the NBA. Absolutely crushing it over here. Another day, a couple days later, 13-5 between all the cappers in the NBA, and then the very next day, 9-2 between the cappers. So click that top link and you can get in the private Discord here, access to my private picks channel, plus a bunch of other cappers with their private picks channels. And we have that 40% off, so just click join and you can apply that code and you get 40% off to get in here, lock in for the NBA season. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord, and subscribe to the channel.